was 1977. The school first opened in 1957, so 20 years later, they had the traditional high school sports. They had the basketball and the volleyball and soccer, track and field. They even had an early football team at Hants East. But there was never any softball program. And as you know, East Hants was a strong softball area.
Talking to Peter Ashley, he said it was Terry Henderson from Brookfield who approached him with the concept of East Hants High School having a ball team. So I remember actually running into Peter one day in the hallway, and I can still remember the spot. And he brought the conversation up to me. He had spread it to 2 or 3 other guys at that time. And so the conversation was I up for it? And I immediately was, but who else could we get? How do we fill out the team?
At the time, there was just a lot of good players that were probably in grade 12 that were playing in all the village teams. So someone thought, well, why don't we have a school team? And we were told that we needed an adult to be with us, so we talked our hockey coach, Pat Lang, into being our ball coach, and we went from there.
So did a little bit of digging and talked to the administration at school, and they registered us for the provincial playdowns. At that point, like I said, we didn't have any uniforms or anything like that, so we decided that we were going to wear yellow t-shirts. So we all went and bought yellow t-shirts and took them down to Gary Smeltzer down in the graphics department, and he silk screened on a tiger on the front of it and a number, and we gave each other nicknames, and we had them stenciled on the back as well. And I can go through some of the names if you... Peter the Animal Ashley, and Dana Great Dane Wallace were doing the pitching for us. Stephen Sackey Nelson, he was doing most of our catching along with Tracy Etter. Richard Rat McPhee, these were the nicknames that were stenciled on the back of the shirts. Stephen Rooney Edgett was at second base, John Hogg Holland at shortstop, and I was playing third base, Steve Rip McKeel. And in the outfield, Danny Double D Parker and Robert Loverboy Withrow, Mike Hash Brown, and Vernon the Panther Miller. Dale Hound Bogle was in the outfield, Larry Fists Anthony, and Wayne Cannon Barr was our trainer. And of course, Pat Lang and his dog Brandy was our mascot. So we had some uniforms. Being a new program, we didn't have any ball gear, but we all played ball in the local area, so we all had our own gear, plus we borrowed some from our bats and whatnot that we needed from the teams that we played on. We organized our own practices, we organized our own positions. We got together ourselves after school and went down to the Elmsdale Legion ball field and practiced down there. And then we decided who was going to play where, who was going to do the pitching, who was going to do the catching in first base. So we really took care of things ourselves. But like I say, we didn't think we were doing anything special at the time. We just wanted to play some more ball, and high school ball just seemed to be the natural fit at that time. Back then, softball was only just at one level, at the highest level. So we had to play against, at Hants East, we were a smaller school. We had 600, 700, maybe 800 students at the time, and that was grades 7 to 12. And we were playing against a lot of the A Division schools, which were like CEC and QEH and St. Pat's and some of the larger schools that had 1,500, 1,700, 1,800 students. And the fact that we were a smaller school in terms of numbers, it really didn't make any difference because we had as many good ball players as they did. And anytime you're playing against the bigger teams, whether they're the Truro or the Herh of the city, it's always something special when you can beat those teams. Our memories are a little suspect. A short season, and having never had a team before, I don't think there was even a league to play in. So I think our season consisted of 2 tournaments. The regional tournament was up in Trenton, and we went undefeated in Trenton that weekend, and that earned us a right to go to the provincials the following weekend.
And down there we knew we were up against Mark Smith, who was an up-and-coming man. We just knew Mark Smith was good. We didn't know how good. We didn't know him. So today, looking back at that and the fact that we beat them, we joked that Mark Smith's probably got every award out there, every championship, every Hall of Fame, but he doesn't have the Nova Scotia Provincial Championship. We've got that. So
We played QEH in our first game, and it was a 2-1 victory. And in the other series, the West Kings team played these team out of Sydney, Memorial High, and they beat them. And so then we ended up playing the West Kings team in the final, and we beat them 7-3.
What stands out more than whether it was the semifinals or finals, because once you got by Mark Smith, it was a whole lot easier game, and we won that game 2-1. Luckily for us, there was no outfield fence, so a ball went. I don't even remember who ended up hitting and getting it like a home run out of it, and we won 2-1. So
We were 17 years old, 18 years old, confident, probably a little cocky. We didn't think that we were going to lose anyway. And we knew that, like I said, he was probably the best ball player there. We had 9 good ball players. And like I say, individually, maybe, but as a team, we were expecting to win that tournament. For the fact that he went on and did the things that he did, that is amazing. There's no question about that. But the fact that we beat him really says something about our team and the commitment that we made to each other.
we were quite proud when it happened, and as time evolves, the school became a bit of a dynasty afterwards. So that was fun that we actually started it, and again, at the time there wasn't a high school fastball team, so we created that, and that later became part of the school sports system. So yeah, we're very proud about that. It's nice to reflect back on it.
That, for me, is really, I think, the best part of the story. That what we did, we had a lot of fun, and we went out and won 4 ball games and won a provincial championship for the high school, which was the first provincial championship that the Hanseys Rural High School ever had. But since after that, following our year, then we had a lot of success, obviously, and the school continued the softball program. Hey guys, anytime we get together, our memories go back to 1977. We always talk about the team that we had and the fun that we had, and the fact that we beat QEH and Mark Smith. It was an exciting time, and very cool the fact that we're still talking about it 46 years later. And anytime we get together, I'm sure we'll continue to talk about it, laugh and joke. We had a lot of fun, and I wouldn't change that for anything.
'23 East Hants Sport Hall of Fame inductee, the 1977 HERH Men's Fastball Team.